Thanks for joining us. A disheartening story out of Clearfield County. Police there trying to track down 3 young men who they believe broke into a Clearfield Borough Cemetery and destroyed dozens of grave markers. Police say they have suspects on camera, but they need help identifying them. And Maria Miller took the trip to Clearfield today and saw that damage firsthand. She has the story. Maria?
Well, Marty, that cemetery looked like a battle zone. There were gravestones knocked off their posts, lying on their sides, some cracked, others smashed. The caretaker tells us he just finished assessing the damage. Now he's got the difficult task of notifying 65 families.
I came up, and that's when I discovered that there were a lot of stones knocked down.
At least 65 gravestones either cracked, pushed over, or smashed. Others defaced, including several veterans whose flags were cracked in half. Police say it happened early Thursday morning at the Hillcrest Cemetery in Clearfield Borough.
We estimated damage somewhere in the ballpark of $10,000 or more. That's just a preliminary estimate at this time.
The graves range in age, some from as recent as this year to others that date back to the early 1800s.
One here, it's this old marble, and I don't know if there's any family left who can come forward and you know, have it fixed.
The suspects were able to get away, but not before being captured on cemetery cameras. You have to look closely, but police say these 3 men, who appear to be in their late teens, are their lead suspects. They're seen here entering the property at 4:45 Thursday morning.
They came here and ended with this monument right over here, because that is the last monument that was hit.
While the damage is heartbreaking enough, Franson and police agree that trying to comprehend why is even harder.
It's a devastating thing to happen.
Just disheartening that this kind of thing would happen in this little small town like this.
Now, police understand that video is hard to see, but they are asking anyone with information to give them a call, and we'll, of course, post that video to our website to give you a closer look. Live in the newsroom, Maria Miller, 6 News.
Police in Clearfield County on the hunt for 3 men seen in video surveillance who are accused of breaking into the Hillcrest Cemetery in Clearfield Borough and vandalizing dozens of graves. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. We first told you about this story this morning, and since then, police tell us they have gotten several tips. They might even be able to being close to making an arrest. And Maria Miller gives us another look at the suspects in this big story.
Our recent burials that were knocked over, and then over here there's one that's really bad.
It's almost an unthinkable crime. Dozens of gravestones destroyed at a Clearfield Borough Cemetery. Police say they've determined the path the vandals took as they came through and knocked over each grave. They say they even have them on camera. The question now is, who are they? And more importantly, why did they do it?
Looks like they came here and ended with this monument right over here, because that is the last monument that was hit.
Police believe these 3 individuals broke into the Hillcrest Cemetery early Thursday morning and kicked over at least 65 gravestones. You can see the damage in our video. Some of the stones were left lying on their sides, some even cracked, and others smashed.
We estimated damage somewhere in the ballpark of $10,000 or more. Not to mention, some of these stones are irreplaceable.
There are some ones that were higher up that they would have had to have pushed over, but most of them appear to be kicked. This one was probably pushed over since it was over 6 feet tall.
It's not the first time the cemetery has been hit. In 2004, over 100 gravestones were vandalized. In that case, 3 juveniles were arrested. Franson hopes police can make a similar arrest this time, but says he doesn't want their help cleaning up.
Personally, I don't want to see them. In fact, they're going to be banned from the cemetery whenever I find out who they are.
In Clearfield County, Maria Miller, 6 News.